Hi guys, Chef Kevin Belton here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, would you believe today is National Chocolate Cake Day? You know, I gotta tell you, one of the cakes that my mom made during the holidays was a chocolate cake. She did a gold cake with a chocolate icing that was so creamy, folks would die for it. And I tell you what, today we're gonna make that chocolate cake very much like my mom, except we're gonna make an actual chocolate cake. Now, let me show you what I have here. I have a cup of buttermilk, a half cup of oil, tablespoon of vanilla, and I have a couple of eggs at room temperature. Now we're going to get these mixed together. In our bowl that I'm going to sift, I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of salt. I have a cup of cocoa powder, and I have a cup and 3/4 of flour, and that 2 cups of sugar. And it's important to sift things. And the reason why, when you're doing a cake, you want it sifted, look at the chocolate. See, sometimes there are little chunks in there. Oh, the same thing can happen in the flour. This keeps everything nice and light. So we're going to get this sifted in, then we'll get it on the mixer to blend those together. I've gotten everything sifted, and I just ran it for just a second to get it all blended together. Now, with the mixer on low, I'm going to slowly add our eggs and buttermilk and oil and vanilla. I just want to pour this in real slow. That's what's great about putting it in a measuring cup. It's easy to mix, and then it's easy to go ahead and pour right in. Now, something else that's going to really set off the flavor of this chocolate cake is coffee. So I'm going to put in a cup of coffee into our batter. Now, I stopped it and lowered my bowl and used my spatula to scrape the sides and scrape the bottom, okay? So now it's ready for the pans. The oven is preheating at 350 degrees, and what I've done with my cake pans, I've buttered them, then I dusted them with flour, okay, so the cake won't stick. So now we'll use both cake pans. We'll fill our cake pans, get our batter in, divide it, and we'll bake it in the oven till it's done, about 30 minutes. Now, our cakes have come out of the oven and they're cooling. Let's work on our frosting. Now, what we have for the frosting, we have powdered sugar and cocoa powder. I have 5 cups of powdered sugar and I've sifted it. Okay, Monica helped me sift it. And I have a cup of cocoa powder that I also sifted with a cup and a half of butter. And what I want to do, I want to cream the butter and the cocoa together. Then we'll start adding our powdered sugar and a little milk at a time. So let's get this cream together. Now that we have the cocoa and the butter creamed together, let's put in our powdered sugar. And I did take the time, remember, to sift the powdered sugar so it wouldn't lump. So let's get in a little bit of the powdered sugar, and I have my vanilla mixed in with the milk. About a tablespoon. We'll get this on and get this blended together and keep going until we have all of our powdered sugar incorporated. Now that we've pretty much got our texture in, here's the last little bit. I am going to get in about a half teaspoon of expresso powder with our last little bit of milk. Now, the texture that you have here, if you want a smoother texture, a lighter texture, okay, if it's too dense, add a little more milk. If it's too loose and you want to tighten it up some, just add a little powdered sugar. So we'll get this blended in, and then it'll be time to ice our cakes once they cool. Now, as you can see, underneath our cake, on the cake plate, what I have on the cake cardboard, I should say, I've put parchment paper. This helps keeps the cardboard clean underneath. So let's go ahead and get ready to start icing our cake. So I like to put a good glop right on the top. Now we'll just spread this out to the sides and bring it all down around the sides and get our cake decorated. Now, I'm not a professional cake baker by far, but I think this looks pretty good. So now, let's just take our parchment paper off, I tell you what, how about that? Nothing special, nothing pretty. I mean, it is pretty, all right, but it's cake. It's just a good old-fashioned, down good, home-style chocolate cake. Tell you what, I hope Mom would be proud. Tell you what, try this recipe. I think you're gonna like. Keep it nice and simple, but it tastes so good. Thank you for cooking with me today. Keep watching those hands. Stay safe. For WWL TV, I'm Chef Kevin Belton, and we'll see you soon.